4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
If you have any poo, fling it now.
All right, world, listen here. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. It's as simple and easy as pie. Then again, pie is not always the best way to go because some people in this world are as fucked up as a soup sandwich. And that's what this show is all about, the soup sandwich. Because there are a lot of things in this world that just don't click right. There's no and it's like, but I got that term from my father-in-law. He was in the military, and he is always saying someone's fucked up as a soup sandwich. But it's actually on Urban Dictionary. It's actually a hot, boiling, stubbling mess between two pieces of soggy bread. And I'm like, well, shit. And he gets it from the military because they actually was a military term. They would say to their privates or, underlings or whatever and shit. Someone that a dumbass. But then, yeah. But now myself, I'm the kind of person, I don't blame people for anything. I blame situations. So when I say the soup sandwich or when I say anything that's fucked up, it's situations or things in life, never people, because we're dumb. I'm a dumbass. I admit it. I'm a self-admitted jackass,
Me too.
But then again, this show is about looking at the world itself and I guess eyes and ears and thoughts that people don't think about, But if you are out there doing something stupid, guaranteed I'm going to call it out. That's
Yes, you will. We know this.
yeah. And if y'all don't know me, I am the Reverend Friday. I am the one and only original Floridian Discordian, the ambassador of chaos. But no. Don't get my name twisted, though. I drop F-bombs like pennies on prom night. And Jenny, this is all your show. I'm just a co-host, but then again, you got me doing front runner shit. So what's going on, girl?
Well, first of all, this is our show, Rev. This is together.
All right. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I just spent the past 4 years being a front runner. I'm like, can I just take it the back seat?
No. Well, maybe on a few shows, but I need you to be a front runner for a while.
That's fine. I'm good with that. But we just spent this entire morning trying to get this show set up because this is our first episode,
Yes.
and for some reason, StreamYard doesn't work on my computer. The phones were doing this and everything connection. I'm like, so I'm actually got a little setup here and I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get up here and do these things. But in this world, like I said, things happen either crazy or chaotic or fumbly, bumbly, flippy, floppy. But if you're out there doing some dumb shit, I'm pretty much going to call you out because I call me out. I tell everybody all the time, check me, put me in check. I have no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, you like that. You fight back.
Oh no, it's not that I fight back. I enjoy conversations, if you will, Right. So the idea of the soup sandwich is, just a hot, bubbling mess between two pieces of soggy bread. And it's just that fucked up in this world.
And we are that 2 pieces of soggy bread.
Just because it's a limp noodle don't mean you can't throw it against the wall and make it stick.
Say?
I'm just saying. So like I told Jenny, I said she wants to come up with topics, think current events, stuff like that, which I'm good with. I'm good with current events. I just don't follow all of social media. If y'all listen to me on PSU, got this for the past 4 years, you know that I pretty much abandoned social media 2 years ago. Which I don't do Facebook, I don't do Instagram, don't do Twitter. I don't do none of them because I'm pretty much in a hermit stage, but I'm also a philosopher. I'm a thinker. I'm a developer. I'm a creator. I do all these things, within the multiverse, within the cosmos, the Akashic theater. I'm all about that. So if anything's going on in the world, I found out about it from other people. Then I go, I don't want to look at it. If I do look at it, what the hell's going on? So you got anything on your mind today for our first episode?
Well, I just give a little intro to myself.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, tell them all about you.
Okay, well, this is my second podcast show that I'm doing, and working here together with the Rev. This is our show, like I said before. Everybody, I just want to let everybody know, they hear my accent, they want to know where I'm from. I am not from Jersey. I am from Long Island.
She's from Idaho. She's from Idaho. Oh, is it? Hold on. Is it Idaho or Idaho? What? How's it? Idaho?
Idaho.
How do you? No, what's it called? Is it Idaho? Idaho? What's that state called?
Idaho.
What's it called? Oh, and Idaho. Remember that shit.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I was
Go ahead.
waiting for something. I was
Go
waiting
get
for
back up
something.
in there.
But I love the idea behind the show you came up with. I love the meaning of it. This is going to be like great. Like I said, the two of us are both soggy pieces of bread. We have.
Yeah,
so
but I'm
many
saying,
fun.
but you were talking about, where you were from. You say Long Island. Now you live in Pennsylvania and everything.
I live in Pennsylvania now, over by the Pittsburgh area. I have a trucking business. We will discuss that during our shows. I'm sure we'll have plenty of conversations about what I do. We might even have shows when I'm over the road. If we can get that to work. We did try that one time.
Yeah, like I said, it was bad connections, but then again, depends on how everything works out.
Right. So we're going to have a variety of different topics, things that people normally don't think of. We're going to have that on here. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
And that's one thing I strive for is like I said, I read a lot of philosophy, and I also like to create my own philosophy, my own ideas, things that work for me, to make my life a little bit easier. Mm-hmm. And one thing that came up with a long time ago was, trying to change the world one thought at a time. Mm-hmm. You can't focus on everything the way it is because, like I said on the PS, you got this. It's like it's hard to compete with so much anger out there nowadays, so much animosity, so much strife, so much just downright. Everybody wants to be angry or mad all the time, and I'm like, there's just still so much fun in this world to experience. Right. And I guess that's something we're going to do ourselves. We're going to put the fun back in dysfunctional.
Yes,
if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure, like I said, everybody listen to the PSU got this, y'all know my story. But I can always go over it again because I'm pretty sure I'll have a brand new audience, people that never met the Rev. And so we might even do a Q&A one day to get that out there, just, get my backgrounds because it's not checkered. It's not polka dotted. It's not striped. I pretty much got a paisley background because there's a lot of shit that happened to me growing up. And it changed me to this beautiful creature now.
And we love you.
Well, it's love. Got to do with it.
Well, let's talk about your experience with the podcast. How long you've been doing it? You do have your own show.
Yeah, I actually got two shows, and I stopped doing one because it's like, it grew, and I was like, I gave up. But I've been doing this for about 4 years now because I've been working on building something for myself for the past, 10, 15 years. Like I tell everybody, my idea is like, one of my inspirations is Wolfman Jack. That dude had a great voice and he come on play music. That's what I want to do. I want to play music and just, talk shit to everybody, have fun, You get mad along the way, you get happy along the way, double kudos. I'm good with either way. As long as you get to think, and have fun and share moments. But so I started building a podcast a while ago with a co-host up in Kentucky, and we did videos and everything worked out great. Then we added a third person, then we went straight to audio and we built from there, and we built a good fan base on Spotify. And we've been doing that. We've been on break for the past few months, but Jenny's been filling in and pulling the show out of the gutter. So it was awesome. But to be on camera, I am a camera whore, so I'm good with, being on camera.
Awesome.
But my background, like I said, I grew up in a war zone, and anybody can go look it up. I grew up in Orlando, Florida, and we're talking about between 1970 to 1990. I grew up in a place called Pine Hills. I grew up in Winter Park. I grew up, Mercy Drive. You can look up all these places and everything. I had a colorful background, if you will, but I'm definitely blessed because I was involved in a lot of different cultures.
Right.
A lot of different people in my life, to inspire me, to show me things that are not out there in the world. And I'm blessed to know the things that I know. Did some traveling and found out there's some fucked up people in this world. And I'm thankful because at least Florida wasn't the only one. There were some fucked up motherfuckers out there.
Oh, they're everywhere. Everywhere.
Oh, yeah. But it's good, though. It's good to know those things. It really is. Well, like I said, I wake up in the mornings and I have thoughts, and I thought about this yesterday. I'm going to read this off real quick if you don't mind.
Yeah, go right ahead.
But give it some ideas. Like I've been saying this for the past 2 years now. Is people look at the news media as news, and I'm like, It's not that way anymore. It's all a big soap opera now. It's all entertainment and everything like that. And they talk about being biased and reporting the news only, reporting facts, reporting truth. And I'm like, there's no way to do that anymore because now it's all about, opinions, if you will. So I wrote this thing and it says, being objective is simply an illusion of contrast. What happened is the outcrier, yet why it happened is the search. How can we truly be unbiased when we have our own thoughts, opinions, and memories? We are not doomed to repeat history as the story goes, yet the failure to change our present can lead to a residual future. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back is a mental manipulation for failure to achieve positive motion. What if we stepped to the side and looked at all paths? Could we see different directions that lead us to personal journeys? We can't change the world. You better damn sure we can change the world we want to live in. Mm-hmm. And see, I come up with those things. And I write them in journals. I got books and I've got all kind of things. I've got a stack of journal books lost in the wind up in Tennessee somewhere. Still trying to get those back that I've kept over the years. I wrote stories. But I always like talking to people, but I don't like the idea of talking at people. Right. That's why I want to have a conversation. But doing a podcast, the only way to talk to people is to have people come on and share their thoughts and ideas.
Yes.
And that's one thing we encourage here. We want people to come on the show, talk to us. If you are pissed off of something I say, let me know. Talk to me. Let me know why you're angry. I'm curious because I'm trying to live my life the best I can for myself and my family and my pets, right. my world. But if you're mad at something I did or something I said, come on the show. Share your ideas. Tell the Rev why you're mad at him. Yes. I'm good with that. Or take a $20 bill, write it on the back of it while you're pissed off and send it to me. I'm good with that too.
Yeah, $20 bill.
I'm good with complaints. Write it on the back of a $20 bill, send it to me. I'm good with that too.
Only 20s? What about 50s?
I'm not greedy.
Okay.
I'm not greedy. Not everybody can afford 50 nowadays, girl. I'm trying to tell you.
You're true. And not everybody has cash anymore either,
But don't send $1 though. You send $1 and send it right back to you.
Oh my God. I got thrown out of Dollar General, right? Recently.
Now I'm curious. I'm curious how you got thrown out of Dollar General because I do a lot of crazy shit in the stores. But go ahead. I'm curious about this one.
Fucking nuts. I went to go get some stuff and I had $100 bill. I go up to pay for it. They're like, we're not taking cash. I'm like, you're not taking my money. She's like, no, there's a sign. I go, fuck your sign. I was like, it's money. It's legal tender. She goes, well, there's been a lot of counterfeit money. I'm like, I just kept saying, so you're not going to fucking take my money. You're not going to fucking take my money. Just...
Oh, you wanted them. You wanted them.
I was a Karen. No, I was.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't want to say it out loud. But I'm like, oh, damn.
Oh, I was acting like a complete C word. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because there's a better way to do those things. I'm saying there's a better way to do those things. It's called communication.
Right.
Listen, ma'am, all I got is a $100 bill. I'm pretty sure y'all got a thing to check it to make sure it's counterfeit, whatever. Yeah. Get your manager up here to verify. I mean, help me out because this is all I got, Yeah. But like I said, I know people get heated in these stores and I'm like, wow.
But I had my debit card to use. I could have easily swiped it, but I refused because I want to pay a $100 bill.
You double down. Listen, motherfucker. This is U.S. cash. Where do you not say America? Take my fucking money. Take my money.
I don't get it. I'm like, cash. So
sometimes they can't though. But sometimes they can't though. You got to understand that the retail stores are in a situation right now with a lot of economic, strife, whatever. If they can't take your money, that's one thing. If they won't take your money, you're like, we're not taking your fucking money. Right. If they throw you attitude, yeah, I'm always throwing attitude back, But I'm saying, there's always ways to communicate to say, hey, listen, this is all I have. But if this doesn't work, I can try my debit card. I'm good with that. But I know it's hard to be reasonable around people when you get emotional. I understand completely. But don't worry, I will make fun of you for it. But I didn't want to say it out loud.
Please do. But you know what else? I'm going to show you how much more of a Karen I am.
Oh, Lordy. I done teamed up with a psycho bitch. Yay.
I called corporate the next day.
Wow.
And I went off on corporate. I was like,
wow.
Your store number, blah, 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 is not taking cash. It's not taking money. You refused my money. I was like,
can I have a name of your supervisor? Who's in charge of you?
I know. Who is in charge of me? But,
she's there in church on Sunday going, Jesus, they won't take my motherfucking money. She's like, giving me, I got it. I got you. Give me the $100 bill. I got you.
I can't be the only Karen here. Come on, people. Who else Karens?
Oh, I know. I know. I don't get angry when things go wrong like that. Nowadays I do. Let me rephrase. Nowadays I try to be more acceptable with these situations because I know things are not as well run or oiled as they should be. So I try to accept when things don't go my way because that is who I am. I am the ambassador of chaos. Chaos is the state of change where chance is supreme. If you have a desired outcome for something to happen and it goes sideways, that's chaos. Not a bunch of people running around screaming, that's not chaos. That's chaotic. It's not chaos. That's called mayhem. There's a big fucking difference. But chaos basically is something that you expect to go a certain path, certain pattern, and it just falls apart every time.
Yeah.
So when it happens to me, when everything starts, dropping or fumbling or whatever, I stop and think like, can anything else go fucking wrong? Then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This is my life. This is who I am. I believe in the goddess Eris, the goddess of chaos. So it's like, thank you for showing me my way. Thank you for popping upside the head and reminding me that not everything is supposed to flow, straight. It's got ups and downs and flips and flops and everything like that. So I sit down and I try to appreciate when things go wrong because that is the life I chose.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. And you know what?
I
appreciate you, Rev, because you always, when I'm like, you always calm me down. You just
because I've been there. I'm not saying I've been there. I'm always there. I'm always there. It's like one of the best things, and I do get sidetracked a lot. But one of the best things I heard over the past like 10 years was the first Avengers movies. Mm-hmm. All right, when Tony told Bruce Banner, you need to suit up. You need to get angry. He goes, that's my secret. I'm always angry. I'm like, oh, that's fucking perfect because that's who I am. Right. I live in a depressive state. Right. I live in anxieties. I live, with manic chronic depression. I live with all these mental disabilities, but I learned to live with them instead of trying to fight them and push them down or taking meds or finding a way. I find ways to cope with it. And the best way I did was talking to a camera, talking to people out there in the world, trying to communicate. So it's like, when I heard that, I'm always angry. I'm like, that's what I am. I'm always like in a state of, motherfucker, what's going on in this world? Because I grew up with a lot of anger issues, a lot of rejection issues. I grew up with self-loathing. I grew up with all these things. And I had to find a better way to, live a better life for myself.
Right.
Not based on anybody else's thoughts or ideas. They're like, well, try this and try that. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't work. I need to find it for myself. And that's how I tell everybody else. You need to find it for yourself. But if your idea of being happy is being angry, I get that because if I'm not upset, I'm not really wholeheartedly happy. I'm a tortured soul, Mm-hmm. And I tell my wife the same thing. I was like, I said, I'm depressed quite a bit, but it doesn't show because I learned a while ago how to make it a part of my life. Mm-hmm. Instead of going, it's a downfall, it's a hangnail, it's a monkey wrench, no, it's just we having a tea party right now. Okay. And right now the tea's empty. That's the way it is. But that's how I live my life. I don't live my life as a pessimist or optimist. I live my life as, there's something in this world that's there for everybody. I just want to be a part of it and have some of it. Right. It's like, okay, people say, is the glass half empty or half full? Mm-hmm. I like to say, I'm just glad there's something in the glass.
Got you.
So that's how I like to live my life. Like, is Dollar General trying to piss me off, or do I need to accept them? Well, I just need to figure out a way to get my shit and go without causing a scene.
Right,
You know,
right, yeah.
I can cause a scene, but I don't want to be that person because I come from a background to where, and that was one of my funny things when I used to be a kitchen manager. I used to be a kitchen manager for a well-renowned steakhouse for 15 years. All right. And one of my famous lines I tell my employees was, listen here, motherfucker, I ain't killed nobody in 17 years. Don't make me start now. And I say it with a serious face, and they're like, and they think I'm joking, but I am. I'm making a joke.
Yeah.
But there was times in my life where things have happened where people have done things, and I'm like, listen here, motherfucker, I ain't afraid to go back to jail. You gonna get that shit done, right? You know, I'm not gonna harm anybody. I'm not gonna hurt anybody because I am a nurturing, caring person. But yeah, you go back about 30 years ago, Dollar General would have got fucked up. They would have got fucked up over a $100 bill. Well, then again, I wouldn't have had a $100 bill because I'd been spending it on drugs or something stupid, you know. But I do understand the idea of being frustrated at situations like that. But I try to find it in myself. How do I not get frustrated? Because that also leads to a lot of, you know, mental anguish, a lot of physical, a lot of health problems, if you will.
Oh yeah.
You know. So I try to avoid those things. But I'm saying, but I can. I just don't want to. Yeah, I've got a jackass button, but I keep moving it around because for some damn reason, people want to push the jackass button. Like, let's see what kind of asshole you are. Yeah, you'll see what kind of asshole you are. No, you don't want to see that. I'm trying to tell you, you don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be a part of that because that's not who I want to be.
Right.
So that's the idea. It's like I'm always an asshole, but I like to be a good person at the same time.
Right. It's like a defense mechanism.
No, I gave that thought up a long time ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I had a psychiatrist tell me that one time that it's my defense mechanism. I said, no, it's not a defense mechanism. That's my offense mechanism. My offense mechanism is to not fuck you up.
There you go. That's smart.
Because if I control myself, the situation is controlled, the outcome is controlled, and nobody gets fucked up. Then I don't have to go to jail. I don't have to, you know, get myself fucked up if I do something wrong. So it's an offensive technique is what I use it for.
You want to be safe.
Now my defense technique is to be an asshole to see how you react to it. And I don't do that with everybody. I know my situations. I know my surroundings. I know people that I talk to encounter, but I will occasionally throw out an asshole vibe, if you will, to see how people react, you know? And that's how I made a lot of good friends that way.
Yeah.
You know, because they're like, oh, I get it. Then there's some people like, yeah, I ain't fuck with that guy. He's something wrong with him. Then we don't need any friends then. It's that simple.
That's it. We just weaned it out.
And I'm not saying I'm the best judge of character, but I like to give people an opportunity to fuck themselves over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, karma.
No, it's not much karma. I'm talking about, I'll give you an example. I met this guy through mutual friends. He was living with them, and he worked at a donut shop, but he considered himself to be an anarchist, a punk rocker. I mean, this is like 3 years ago. And he was only like 24, 25, and he wore black clothes, had the earrings, and I got nothing wrong with it. I love people that, you know, express themselves. Yeah. But he walked around with the mentality like his shit don't stink. And I knew it from right away when he spoke. And I was like, oh, I know these kind of people. Yeah. He's the kind of person that will do something and expect recognition for it. He wants somebody to recognize what he did. He's like, well, I put in that swing set for them. Yeah. And I'm like, why do you gotta bring that up? Why don't you just put the swing set up? Because he's living with roommates who has kids, and he put up a swing set for them. You do that to make the kids happy, not to make your title grow and shit. So I knew from him speaking, I'm like, oh, I got him. So I threw out a couple of vibes and everything, and it got a little cross-sided and everything. Nothing, you know, dangerous or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But I knew from jump I didn't want nothing to do with this motherfucker. So I threw up my vibes. Right. You know, and it lasted for about 2-3 months. He moved on and went somewhere else because people in this world, that's what they do. But I know if I meet somebody, I can get a vibe on how they are. Yeah, you have energy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. You know, so it's like to throw out my asshole vibe, you got to throw out yours first. Once you throw yours out, I'm gonna throw mine right back at you. Let's see what happens.
I'm the same friggin' way. You want to be an asshole? I'll be one right back to you tenfold.
But I try to be good people to everybody. That's just something that my mom taught me. Now, it took me a long time to figure those things out because I was an asshole to a lot of people because, like I said, rejection issues, self-loathing. I had my own anger. I was mad at myself for so long.
Right.
There is the defense mechanism. I was so mad at myself for so long, I took it out on everybody else.
Right.
I blamed everybody else in this world. Blame everything and anything I can until one day I was sitting there going, yeah, they might have a part to play in it, but everything I did myself. I fucked myself over. I had a choice. Sometimes you make the wrong choices, but you got to accept the responsibility for your actions or your thoughts or, your choices.
Right.
Once I started taking that finger and went, things changed for me. Mm-hmm. And that started in, sorry. Damn.
Look at that special sound effects.
There was a brain fart that came out of a fucking mouth. I want to say 92, 93, maybe 94 is about the time where I started developing. There's got to be more just than being an angry asshole,
right.
But now I'm in the old age. I'm old as fuck. I got old privilege. I'm allowed to be grumpy. I earned the right to be grumpy.
Yes, I agree.
But I don't. But I don't have the right to be angry at people for no reason whatsoever. So what about you though? I keep talking about myself. Jenny has done, she says it's our first episode, but she has done many TikTok videos and put out some great content, some real content, some funny, some music. I mean, a mixture of a potpourri of Jenny, if you will. And I've seen a lot of different sides, but the one side that she doesn't show is her inner turmoil. But I saw it in the videos. I'm like, oh, I know what she's feeling because that's what I go through. Yeah. I see that when I watch a lot of these videos, I'm like, I know what they're going through, reach out to them and try to see if we have a conversation. But so you put out these videos and everything. Are you trying to do these to make friends, or you just want to express yourself, or is that somehow a way for you to connect with the world? It's
how I cope with my depression.
There it is. That's what I'm saying. That's the key right there.
That's why I do it.
But now what we've talked before, you've had people, stop following you, or you lose followers because you took some time off because of your own mental irregularities and everything. And you felt it shitted on by that. Yeah. I don't want you to feel that way. The people that leave, that means they got something better to do. That's fine. See, that's how I have to think myself, because I lost a lot of friends over the way because, like, oh, are you all right? You want to have a talk? I'm like, yeah, let's talk. Within 15 minutes, like, well, I got to go do something. I'm like, listen here, I'm not done being suicidal. Let's kind of keep going on this stuff.
Right? Exactly.
So I understand that people they want to generally care about how you're feeling, but they really don't have the time for it. So when I look at people that don't follow me or unsubscribe from me or unfriend me, whatever, that's fine. They have to go live their life. I'm not thinking to chase them for any reason, to get their friendship back or their numbers back, whatever. Right. That's just not who I am. That's not who I want to be. So that's one thing I had to learn over the past, 10 years. I've had to learn that not everybody's going to be there for you. But that motherfucker in the mirror is always going to be there for you. So have a tea party.
But you might not always like what that motherfucker has to say in the mirror all the time,
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, what did he say? Why did he even say that? I don't understand. That doesn't make any damn sense.
Right.
But that's how I am. Because I've got voices in my head. I've got a couple of critters up in there that we have tea parties,
I was just going to say, do you talk to yourself? Because I talk to
No. Here's the problem is I've got an imaginary friend. I've got a split personality who has an imaginary friend, and he don't like me.
Oh. How often does his imaginary
I have no idea because he don't like me. But I'm saying, I don't have the split personality where I become somebody altogether. But I do have conversations with something in my head because there are thoughts that come in there. I'm like, I know they're not mine. Now, my background is also in the occult, esoteric, anything supernatural. Yes. I studied a lot of astral projection, out of body travel back in the day. Possession, voodoo, hoodoo, witchcraft, Satanism, demonology. I mean, it just goes all over the place. But I studied a lot of these things, but I'm also a practitioner. But nowadays, the terminology people use 10, 15 years ago was, oh, I'm spiritual. no, I'm not spiritual. I'm not enlightened. I'm not any of these things. I'm on a journey to figure out how to live life, if you will.
Got you. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
I've heard people say that you can't change the past, only the future. I'm like, I get that, but what if you change your present? Doesn't your future change then?
Right.
Because you can't. I mean, then you expecting the future to be better because of you did something different. And I'm like, I don't believe in that, because looking at if you look at medical terminology such as psychology, they say anxiety comes from looking at the future. Depression comes from looking at the past. And I'm like, but I had a lot of fun in my past. Not all was good, but I had some good times. And even, let's say a couple of years ago, I had some good times. Am I looking forward to the future? I think so, because I want to see where it goes, but I'm going to focus on where I am now.
Right.
And it's a hard tool to work with, living in the now, but it can be done. Oh, it is, because you want things to get better, or you look at things in the past like, how can I change that? Don't worry about changing it. Just remember how it was. Accept it and go on, go forward.
And I think sometimes we're a little too hard on ourselves at times.
Yeah,
all of us.
Guilty as charged. Like I said, self-loather. A lot of my anger issues came from myself, because I was angry at myself, and I had to point that finger at me as, you are the problem with you, not everybody else. But once you start seeing yourself as the one causing the harms, I am my own worst enemy, then you got two different routes you can go. Well, actually, two routes you can go at the same time. You can start looking at people as they're not the ones making your life hard. Life is not making your life hard. But at the same time, these same people are not wiping your ass, having sex with you, and paying your bills. Right. So their opinion really don't fucking matter. Right. But I like having conversations. Right. I mean, but if you want to talk shit about me, that's fine. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. You're not going to get me butthurt or anything like that. I've had people on Facebook try to, bash on me, whatever. Like, okay, that's not going to change how I live my life. But I know that's why I don't try to be an asshole to people online, because there are a lot of folks in this world, that go through these things. They want the recognition. They want to be accepted. They want the, what's that new terminology that they use nowadays? Social clout. They want to be recognized as somebody. Absolutely. And I'm like, recognize yourself. And I know that should be enough, but a lot of people, it's not enough. They want that extra. And I get that. So when they have, say, 10 people saying something positive and 5 people saying something negative, they look at that negative and focus on that. And I'm like, but there's other stuff that you can build on it. You can do those things. But me, I can give a fuck less. Even family, blood family, friends, close ones, whatever. Your opinion really doesn't matter to me, because if you think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. Right. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's how you feel. Yep. That's how you feel. I know I'm a piece of shit, but I know my own shit, though. I know my own funk.
And your shit don't stink.
Oh, no. It stinks to high heaven. It stinks to the heaven. It goes all the way to Mars, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus. Well, it comes out of Uranus. Well, my anus anyway. Oh, but I'm saying, so yeah, I know my shit stinks, but at the same time, that's why I don't like to force my opinions. I like to share thoughts, share ideas.
Yes.
Hey, this is what I thought about. This is well, you're wrong. I'm like, well, that's your opinion. That's fine. I'm good with that. That's what I say. People get mad at what I say. Talk to me. Have a conversation. Let me know why you're mad at me.
Right. I just say fuck them, but give them a chance.
Well, I tried that, and it leads to a lot of not talking to people, only having a select few people you talk to. I like to talk to anybody. I don't care if you're just mad at the world. Have a conversation. I'm all about that. But if you want to be an asshole, I can be an asshole right back. Or we can have a tea party. Now we can have a tea party, share some crumpets, eat some cakes, pies, smoke a cigar, smoke a blunt, whatever. We can have a conversation. I have no problem with that. I gotta look up. Yeah, we are. See, that's why I told you about the time. It's like doing a video or doing a podcast or doing a show, whatever. It's all about time. So it always depends on how much stuff you got going on. Like you said, you didn't have any topics. All we did was have a conversation. and that's where it leads.
It's
But I
beautiful.
think we need to put a pin in it and call it a day. And that's
Yes.
like today was supposed to be a test run, so that's
Yes.
our test run.
Yep, this is our test run. I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Now, if we could figure out how to get music in the background or some videos, do some,
I have that. I have that all.
well, I know they got a way to pop videos up there that, like, current topics, whatever, current events, whatever, and shit like that.
Yep.
So I see people doing that shit all the time. But right now, I think this will work for us. But we're going to get out of here, and I hope everybody enjoyed, because as you fucking enjoying it, I hope you had a great time noticing that bread is a fucking soup sandwich. Yeah, I'm as fucked up as a soup sandwich. Ain't no lie about that. But that's one of my proud labels, though. I like being a fuck up because that's who I am. But I hope everybody had a good time. I hope everybody had a great day. Jenny, I'm glad you got me up in here and then get these things going.
Yep, me too.
Say goodbye to the folks. We're going to call it a day.